Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 73 of Direwolf20's Age of Engineering series. Today, I'd like to... I was planning for how I'm going to move my base, right, from one location to the other, and it occurred to me like I'm going to lose access to both items and auto-crafting by having two separate AE networks. So what I've decided to do is have one AE network that will be responsible for talking to both bases until we do a full transition, right? So for now, what I'm going to do is set up a quantum bridge between the two locations. And that's pretty much what I'm going to set up at this moment. So instead of here, right, I'm just going to remove all this stuff. And I better get my magnet back. I had removed this because I was doing stuff. But now is probably the right time to bring it back, right? So what I'm thinking is we would have this guy here, right? And we can just set up, you know what I might do? Let's put it actually here. And we can put it on its side kind of thing. This should work. So I'm just going to break all this. And there's kind of a reason I'm doing it this way. And you'll see in a bit what the plan is, right? But basically, we can have these guys. Hooray! Nice. Okay, cool. And then we're going to want one of our quantum singularity pairs. One's going to sit here. Now this guy's getting power, so he should be okay power-wise. And this might need to be moved. That's going to break all the things, but that's all right. We'll live. Let's put this back here. There you go. And some smart cabling like so. And what we'll do is we'll have smart cabling here. Come on. Why you no connect there? Can you only connect on the middle parts? That must be the case. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then we're going to have to deal with that a little bit differently. Maybe you can only connect here. Yeah, that does seem to be the case. So this guy's gonna have to move. Well, we'll figure it out. I think we'll be all right for now, and we'll just kind of have to manage a little bit, right? So we'll have like a P to P connector here. I don't even know if I linked to these guys yet, to be honest with you. Oh, not that one. That one. That'll be our P to P connector there. Can I get? Thank you. And then our quartz. Cool. Okay. So as a temporary setup here, obviously, that should work. Cool. So now everybody should be groovy, maybe, once we get this quantum link established. The reason I want to do this is so that as I move things to the new base, I still have access to autocraft with them. That's pretty much the plan. Now what we're going to have to do, and the reason I broke my ME controller is in here, we're going to basically want to have a setup like so. So what I'm going to do is have you with you. And that is cool, right? And then this thing connected in here. And then basically we want some 32 channel stuff going on, right? So you to here, you to here, here, and here. So that should be lots of channels being made available to the other side of the world, right? So are you linked? Are you running? Are you groovy? Is everybody happy? I would think so. I don't think you need to be powered separately. I think you can draw power from the network. And I could probably check that with my network tool just to see if you're drawing any power, right? So is there a quantum bridge here that says, yeah, I'm drawing power? Yes. Passive drain, 44 hour per tick. Sweet. So I guess that means it's working. And the real way to test this would be to see if my mechanism autocrafts are available. We might need to... It doesn't look like they are yet. Right, like I can't make alloys. I have 8 of them at the moment, but I can't make more. So that means it's not working. So let's go back. I probably have to link these dudes to get this up and running. And then once this is in place, this will make moving my base a lot less stressful because it'll mean I can move like my sag mills, and I can still, once they're hooked up on this side, I can still access my inventory and my sag mills from both worlds. So that's pretty sweet. So you should actually kind of be working. All right, so I'm thinking I might need an energy acceptor on this side. So what I'm going to do, as soon as my calculation processor is done crafting, is get an energy acceptor. I was hoping I could tap directly into this guy, but what I'll do is I'll stick this thing on here. And hopefully this will behave now a little bit better. And again, temporary solution, right? Oh, good, we've got power now. Oh, good, we've got light up now. Ooh, that's better. Okay, cool. So now we just have to make sure that you're linked, right? So that you're getting power. Beautiful. Cool. Let's make sure that this guy, copied, matches to over here. Loaded. Nice. So you guys should all get network channels now? Sweet. Look at that. Cool. That is beautiful. And where's my... Oh, right. I turned you... There we go. Dense. So 13 channels in use. So if I go home, we should see 13 channels in use coming out of that quantum bridge, right? So both sides need to be powered. This side is drawing power from this thing. Now, as long as the bridge is up, the other side doesn't need to receive power, but it needs it if the bridge ever goes down. So I'll just leave it there until we're done. But as we can see, there's 13 channels going into the thing. So that's perfect. That means it's working quite beautifully. Thank you very much. I love it. Nice. All right, cool. So we are in good shape here, kids. So that's nice. All right, so let's continue our plan today of migrating stuff and things, right? And hey, did I accidentally steal some crystallized canola? I must have. That's what I get for wearing a magnet near that farm. And that's another thing that I'd like to kind of not have to deal with anymore, is that potential hazard. So I guess the next thing that would be good to move would be my forest, my EnderIO environment, right? So let's get actually our crate keeper, one of these guys, and we can start storing all the crate, all the machines in this room. Is kind of what I'd like to do. Now, some of them will stay, but I want to move the EnderIO and forestry and calculator stuff right now if I can. I think that'll work. So let me think about how this should go. Basically, we're going to move all these machines. I might move these guys too. Wow, there's just like so much to move. Moving day is like crazy. It's just a matter of figuring out how everything should work out, right? It's a tough part of this game. But once we're moved in, it will be so much better. It's going to be worth it, trust me. So let me put away things from my inventory that I don't need right now, right? So we don't need this. The controllers can go away for a little bit, as well as the interfaces. Item conduits. The rest of the stuff I kind of want to keep, but I'll put away. I don't need really this thing, or this, or these, or the chisel, or the phantom connector, or any cabling, or even the P2P connectors. Cool. So that should actually be a reasonable amount of stuff to keep. Now I will wind up pretty much breaking all this stuff. All right, I probably want my magnet. Yay. Makes life a little bit easier. Cool. And yeah, that's all gonna go away. Let's reconnect this cabling a little bit, just in case there's stuff over there that needs to be talked to, right? Let's maybe keep this interface. So where's these guys? 1, 2, and 3. Let's keep them. We'll move this later. And then we'll move these guys. And I'm just going to store my experience. It's fine to pick this thing up and move it. Nice. And don't forget your crate keeper. So that's that. This is all power conduit stuff, which we don't need to remove right now. I'm going to hold off on moving this thing. My crafting component things can stay. This can stay. I do, I think, want to move this guy. But what I'm going to want, let's keep you guys in stock. This, and this. This thing is bad at updating its rules. It's a little bit weird. Like, I'll remove a thing, and it, like, visually removes, but it doesn't actually remove. I'll remove all this stuff for the time being. And that way we remember, like, what this is for. But I'm going to leave this interface here, because it still talks to this thing. Do I need to leave the crate here? Probably not. And, pretty much all you guys can come with me. We're going to need some water over there, but we can always just make a new one of the reservoirs. That should be fine. You know what I want to get is some cans. Let's get some cans. Are these empty? No, these are rocket fuel cans. Sweet. It'll help me to have, like, a little bit of water on hand. That should be enough. Okay, let's bring pretty much all these. So this is a... So pretty much what I'm going to do, when I break these, I'm going to have to reconfigure them, but that's no problem, because I've got the patterns for them all. I'll just have to remember. Maybe I'll screenshot them or something. I don't know. Like, I can just look them up in JEI again, I guess. So I'll just... break and it'll be fine. You're my centrifuge, right? This is my setup for these things. That's gonna be annoying to rebuild, but gotta do what we gotta do, right, guys? And then we're also gonna want to put this stuff all away. All my counting filters, all this stuff. Boy, moving day is hard. I'm going to leave the calculator bits here for now, I guess. Or should I bring them with? I could probably bring them with. So you're all calculator recipes, right? You can come with, Mr. Chest. And I literally just got this all working, too. I'll leave these things here for the time being. That should be fine. And like I said, I will probably wind up moving a lot of this stuff off camera. So like probably after this episode, you'll see me come back and be like, hey, I moved a bunch of this, and this. And, you know, maybe other things will move on camera. Some things on, some things off, right? Like we'll kind of get there. So these things should actually stay hooked up because we need this export to go and connect to there. For now, but that'll be moved eventually. So I think that's enough work for me, right? So we've got our storage crate keeper. We will bring this over. And our goal now is to figure out how to fit all these machines in that one little tiny room, which should probably technically be larger than it is. But hopefully I can figure it out. So a big part of this probably, right? So over here, I've already got some alloy smelteries ready to go in alloy mode, right? So I've decided I'm going to load balance those guys because they're always like the slowest part of any craft for me, is I've got just so many alloys that I usually wind up making, and it's the only machine that can make it, short of a smelter from Tinkers, right? So I guess what I should do first is maybe make the basement room of this room. So let me get my spacesuit on, and I'm going to build this off camera, right? But spacesuit, we've got our builder's wand. We're going to want some chisel blocks. Specifically, we're going to want laboratory blocks. And we're also probably going to want some thickened glass in a minute, but I probably need to make a few more of these. Wireless out of range. What? That thing happened. I hate when that happens. For some reason, that like wireless card just pops out of the thing, and I think it's related to the other times when things just disappear, but it's like crazy annoying. So I guess while we're here, 4 more of them. Does that sound cool? And I'll be back in a minute after I have made the basement to that room. All right, achievement get, new basement room. I'm loving this exchanger. Oh, this is one of the rooms that, did I derp up? I derped up a little bit, hold on. That should be a 5x5. Let me break that this way. Derp, derp. That should be a safe way to do that. Cool. And then just because of this connect, I was like, why is this wall so big? Derp. There we go, much better. Does that look better? That looks better. Cool. Let's get these out of here before I forget that they're there. And let's exchange this again. Nice. How's that look? Nice basement? Nice basement. Let's also run our wiring over here while we're at it before we actually like connect up anything else, right? So similar plan as we had last time in regards to connecting things and stuff. So what I might want to do is, well, for now I'll leave this connected, but we're going to rewire this once the full move is complete. All right, so this should give us a nice airtight seal. Okay. Which we can transfer laser and cable channel through. So look, atmosphere pressurized, 1 ATM. Nice. So that's actually quite beautiful. And then, nice. So the basement and the above ground are pressurized. So I can remove my spacesuit. That is exciting. I can drop a P2P connector here. No pressure. So this one is what connected to that room, right? This one's going to be connected to the other room. So let's get our memory card here. Whoops, that's supposed to be a copy. And then this, we should have a P2P available for us. Loaded. Nice. Cool. And just to be clear, I do have my enriched alloy auto crafting available. Nice. That's awesome. All right, so now we've got 32 channels available here, which we could easily bump up to 64, by the way, if we needed to. So that's good. So let's get our machines up and running. So what I'm going to do is wind up sticking our small storage crate somewhere a little bit out of the way, like here. And we'll start placing our machines around. Now, we do need to keep... so one of these alloy smelteries is the furnace mode one. We're not going to need that anymore, so let's put that away. In fact, let's put it away in such a way that it no longer has a capacitor in it, because we might reuse that later. Cool. The other alloy smeltery is furnace mode. Do I want 4 of those? Maybe. I might want 4 of those. So let's hold on to that idea. The sag mill and the powered spawner, those guys are going to be something a little bit different. So I'm just kind of, I think first things first, let's lay out the machines in the room, right? So let's start with the EnderIO machines, and we'll get our experience obelisk here ready to go. And then we'll move on to the carpenter and the forestry machines, and we'll see where these things fit. Some of them might go on the top floor, and some of them might have to go in the basement if we run out of room in this room. So that should be cool. So if I sort this, we'll see that we've got a couple of things here. But other than that, we're not in terrible shape. Yeah, I think that should be good. So these are our EnderIO machines, right? That we need to wind up finding a location for. And I'll put my spacesuit away just to give myself more room. Does that all look cool? Yeah, and the experience obelisk. So ultimately, I need the soul binder and the slice and splice, right? Cool. Now the soul binder I might wind up... Oh, you've only got a double in you? What a wimp I am. This guy needs experience, so that might be my experience obelisk might sit on top of you. That might be cool. What if we put you in pull mode? and you are configured into push mode. All right, so what I think I'd like to do is have the slice and splice and the soul binders here, and then I've got some alloy smelteries here. I've got a sag mill and a powered spawner here. I'm debating if I want a second sag mill maybe to load balance that a little bit. And then we could move our powered spawner here. I'm just not sure what I would do in addition. So we could have like an extra sag mill, or I could just leave it like this, and then this area over here could be for other things like carpenter machines. But let's start with this and we'll see how things go. Like sag mills could use a little bit of load balancing, to be honest. Though a lot of, so no, it doesn't really need to be load balanced, because the only thing I'm really going to be using the sag mill recipe wise for is for, that's right, for the grains of pieziality, right? And the other one, the grains at the end. Those are the only two things I need a sag mill for anymore. Everything else is going to go to the mechanism auto crafter, including smelting, right? So we definitely want to load balance that, but we do need a sag mill, but we don't need it for much. So sag mills can definitely be small. So if I wanted to, like, we could put sag mill and powered spawner here, and we could do like 5 alloy smelteries for load balancing, and that would really distribute the processing pretty well. Let's lay out how my carpenter machines would look. Like, so the carpenters and the centrifuge, and then we've also got the atomic calculator and the algorithm separator, and we've got these guys, which are kind of annoying in terms of the way their sizing needs to be, so they'll probably go in the basement. But the rest, let's see, we've also got the vats and the fluid tanks, right? So those guys probably need to be managed somewhere in an intelligent way. Okay. So let me think about how we're going to lay that out. All right, guys, still we're a little bit of a work in progress here, but we're getting there. So this connector, I probably want this to live like right here, I would think. Is that where I want you to live? And then you can connect from here to here, right? And that should charge that beam pretty nicely. And then you can charge up this guy, boom. We can see that filling up. Nice. Beautiful. And then you can power all these machines. Now, how many connections do you have? 10 out of 16. I might need a little bit more there. But you can see all the machines running now, which is cool, so they're getting power. I'm making some quartz glass. I decided I needed it, and that's a thing that's happening right now. Sweet. Excellent. So it's actually working quite nicely. So we'll probably need a handful more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6 more machines over here that we need to power, but then we've got the calculator machines that go in this room. So this may need to be bumped up to a higher tier crystal. So wireless Wyvern tier just requires a wireless energy relay, which doesn't look too bad to make. Once I get everything hooked up here, I should be able to spin one of these up pretty easily. Yeah, that doesn't look terrible. And that guy has a larger number of wireless connections. So let's get, how do I want to do these then? What I'll probably want to do is a similar setup. I don't want to have an interface for each one of these, just like I didn't before. So these guys will work in much the same way that it did before, in that we'll have one interface connected to all of them, basically. And that interface can probably live here-ish, right? And then that can run over there. And then we'll have our water reservoir down here. Does that sound fair? Now, I don't think I grabbed any conduits. We could use a few more pressurized fluid conduits. I've got some back at the base, at the main base. Let's go pick them up real fast. There we go. That should fill everybody up with water. Nice, filling up nicely. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, and then we'll want to... I hate having to do this because it was being really funny last time, but hopefully it will behave a little better this time. But we'll do the item conduit thing. So we'll basically put all you guys in here. Back in a minute. All right, guys, so real quick, just setting this up. Insert on green, filtered these items, right? Extract on brown always active. This is extracting on green. This will be insert on brown. Cool. So extract or insert on green these items. Extract on brown always active. Insert on green these items. Extract on brown always active. Cool. And then finally this guy, insert on green these items. Extract on brown always active. And this guy, remember, this is my cyanide reprocessor, basically, so insert on green, extract on brown, always active. So that should be the reconfiguration of all these blocks, and that should all be working now. For this setup over here, we're going to extract from the crate on green, always active. This guy needs to be an insert on green, and he gets grains of pieciality and grains at the end, right? Because those go in to this thing. And then, do you extract from here? I don't think you do, right? So you'll actually just be insert mode. And you're auto outputting to the back your liquid, right? And then in here, we're going to want to drop a bucket. So this will be insert green, a bucket. So which one of these is my bucket pattern? I imagine there's one somewhere, I would expect. Redstone. These guys. There's bucket. Cool. And then extract on brown, always active. You on the down will be insert on brown. And these guys on the up will be insert on green, and we want to filter Enderman head and sugar. Cool. So you on the down should also be extract on green, always active. And we'll keep Enderman heads and sugar in stock. Cool. So you will keep stocked Enderman heads and sugar, which will get dropped into here. You will craft things, and everybody will be happy. And do I have crafting cards? I thought I had crafting cards. Some of these should somewhere have a crafting card. So you totally need a crafting card in you. Can I make another crafting card, maybe? Maybe. You probably can't make this. Yeah, we don't have the ability to make refined circuit boards. Not until I hook this up, which should happen any moment now. So you're going to keep half a stack of that in config. You also, we want to extract on green, always active, right? So you'll keep that in stock, the redstone ingots, right? But then you'll also have crafting recipes in there. So let's put these guys away. Come back in a sec once I populate all my crafting recipes. So this guy should get all the circuit boards, right? These 4 circuit boards. You also get plutonium from cyanide and silicon in here. Cool. So that should be working. Then we want to get the bucket do the void over here. That's pretty much the only pattern that needs to go into this guy. Because that's all he does over here is he makes dues of the void, right? But you'll also keep in stock the Enderman heads and sugar to keep this populated. So basically you'll put the 2 dusts in here, they'll get popped into this guy, and you'll make your do of the void. Easy peasy. Seems straightforward. Yeah, because I also have to have the bucket. So I need the crate here because it also puts a bucket in here, and the bucket has to go into this guy. So that does have to still be there. Cool. And now let's get some alloys going. What do you say? So these guys are all alloys. Conductive iron. This is bronze. Yeah, that's an alloy, right? You're an alloy. Fluix dust. All these dusts might wind up going, but the sagmill ones I'm going to need. You're an alloy. Soul vial I need. These 2 patterns I need. Enriched gold ingot with enriched gold. That's just regular smelting. This stainless steel needs to come over. And electrum for sure. The rest, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. I don't think we have too much else in here. The soul vial recipe needs to come over. So for now I'm just going to put... Let's put... electrical steel, solarium, dark steel, pulsating, energetic, quartz, conductive, bronze, electrum, stainless steel, vibrant, So that'll be there for now. The sag mill recipe, that's you, right? Sag mill, you get these two. This captures soul vials. So that would be you, Enderman soul vial. You make what? These two are made in this thing. What are the recipes we got going on here? Ender crystal, vibrant crystal, and soul vial. That goes into this one. Cool, cool, cool. Advanced alloy ingot with mixed metal ingot. That's vanilla crafting recipe. Thickened glass. That's vanilla. Draconium. That's vanilla. Graphite bar. That's vanilla. But by vanilla I mean the vanilla furnace recipe, right? Like it's a recipe with a vanilla furnace. So a lot of these other ones look like to be regular either vanilla recipes or what? Yeah, sugar. Oh, that's just regular sugar, okay. That's vanilla smelting, that's vanilla smelting, that's vanilla smelting. I think clear glass with enriched sand is vanilla smelting. So a lot of these other ones are vanilla smelting. They're going to wind up going over in the mechanism room. Cool. Okay. So let's hook everything up here. So now here's the thing, right? This is 4, and then there's 4 behind it, which I'm going to connect with a single cable here in a sec. Once I do this, and that. So that's a vanilla cable, or that's a single cable, right? So those 8 should be connected. So let's start wiring this a little bit. Right, so 8. Cool. So that should be 8 channels right there. Easy peasy. Boom. Right, link up, there you go, nice. We'll have the 1 going over here. So right now we just need the 1. I think I'll do it this way. And like I said, we'll probably in between episodes do a couple more rooms or do more migrations, like off camera, right? So that should be cool. Right, so now we should have our auto crafting room set up for everything except vanilla smelting and sag milling, which we're about to move everything over to here. So let's do that real fast. Let's put you away. I don't need chisel at the moment. So let's grab all these recipes that are, so this, well, this is not a recipe. These are all vanilla smelting recipes and sag mill style recipes, right? Now bone meal, I don't think is gonna come across, so I'm just gonna put away because bone meal can't go into the enrichment chamber. I mean, technically I could have left that in the sag mill, I guess, but yeah, we'll put it back. I could always just make it like the vanilla crafting recipe and only get 4. It's less efficient, but we've got enough bones. I don't think it's a problem. Enriched gold, that's smelting. Powder, 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 powder. That should be good enough for now. Let's go over to our mechanism room now, wherever that is. And that was to be you guys, right? So if we take a look here, we should have nice recipes that can go into here. Now this is bound. So the left one is the crushing factory, and the right one is the smelting factory, right? Now I definitely need to get more cable. Can I get more Elite Universal cable right now? Yeah, I can. Nice. Hear it? Beautiful. That's what's up. All right, so this is the crusher, right? So things like gold powder for gold ingot. And we're gonna have to test this. So let's test it actually. Gold powder. All right, so we've got 10. But if I request one, will this work? Now this is gonna be, are you done already? Did I put speed upgrades in you? Oh, I totally did. Okay, so that was quick. Did we get powder out of that, or did we get something else? So crafting status is still, I'm not happy with you. But it's ore dictionary, so it should work. So if we look at gold, we should have mechanisms gold dust. So basically what we're gonna have to do is rewrite some of these patterns for the powders into being mechanism versions of them, which won't be the end of the world. So let's real quick, before, I'm gonna have to recreate some of the powder recipes. Not the worst thing in the world. I'll do that off camera. So let's put the powdered ones away. because they have to be redone. Dusts, dusts, dusts. And anything that needs to stay, right, we'll just, you know, do something with. But for these guys, which are what I call vanilla smelting recipes, it's basically creates 2 redstone ingot with 1 redstone. That's not actually what I want. You guys are all calculator recipes, right? You're a vanilla smelting recipe. You're a vanilla smelting recipe. You and you are vanilla smelting recipes. That should be cool. So I should, and let me get another interface. Maybe I have one over here that I had. Am I using them all? No, I have some in my inventory. Cool. So let's get this hooked up for this guy, right? So these should all go in here, no problem. Cool. And then we can stick another interface here with a cable in between, just so you have a channel, and then you can go in there. And let's make sure that this block is configured to accept input on the back as well as the bottom. Cool. So now if I wanted to smelt something, so let's say I wanted, let's get some enriched clear glass, right? So I'm going to request clear glass. I'm going to get a stack of it, let's say. So I've got 840 of them, right? So let's say I want another 100, because I've been using a lot of this stuff anyway, right? Start. So what we should see is this guy, I'm going to put auto split on. He doesn't have speed upgrades in him, by the way, or silence upgrades, as you can tell. Can you make me like 20 of those? Missing osmium dust. Okay, I have to reteach that component. So that should be cool. And that's kind of working, right? And it's fulfilling the requests, and it's going to be really fast, much faster than it was before, right? So, beautiful. Look how quick that's going to be. Once we get to the thickened glass, it'll be even cooler, right? So here it comes. Boom. That is awesome. And we can see the crafting completion going through. That's really cool. All right, I'm pleased. So I'm going to say that's awesome. And with that, it's wrapping up point. So we will come back next episode, and I'm going to have to get the power upgrades into this thing, obviously, but that's not a problem. I'll get those going in a little bit. So what I'm going to do off camera is maybe move another room. Maybe I'm probably going to finish this room with the calculator stuff off camera, and I'll test some of these machines, and I'll reprogram all the dust recipes. And then we'll come back next time and have more fun. All right, so for now, Daryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. You know what to do. Take it easy.